Well, hello and welcome to today's Tao Manifesting Tarot. Glad to have you here, whether first timer, long timer, cross watcher. You know, you've heard this before. Everybody is welcome to this somewhat unusual tarot read. Unusual from the standpoint of I do not prognosticate, I do not predict. I don't focus on any other energy other than the energy that is within you. We focus on a particular energy every single day because I do a brand new reading 365 days a year, a particular energy for that day, a frequency that will help you to manifest more quickly, more successfully, more easily. Alrighty, so it all begins right here, by the way, with the Hyper Shuffle. So there you go. There is today's Manifesting Tarot, the Tao Manifesting Tarot. Let's get to the central energy, the key energy here that's really going to be helpful for you. And that is breathe. I know, that sounds silly. It's so simple, right? Breathe. Stop and think for a minute. Just stop and think. Have you ever caught yourself, especially if you have a desk job or you're sitting or laying down maybe watching TV or whatever the heck you're doing, not moving. Do you ever catch yourself sometimes almost not breathing? Yeah, and breathing is one of the most powerful things that you can do. You go, well, yeah, sure, of course it is. Well, but there's a variety of reasons, and not the least of which is that breathing helps to de-stress you. It's one of the most powerful things you can do to just relieve the stress virtually instantly. Get your body into a good parasympathetic state. Point is, you get a chance to relax, you got to breathe. You know, when you're all tight and upset and worried and all that kind of stuff, you're dumber. Scientific proof. And the reason is you're not breathing. You're not bringing in that oxygen. You're not leveling yourself out to a calm parasympathetic mood. So, over this period of time, and I'm not just going to say today because we just hit a major turning point in astrology for this year, just focus on your breathing. It's that simple, that easy, and yet that difficult. What this means is you're going to have to be your own emperor. You're going to have to be the person who kind of takes charge. Focus on your breathing. Breathe deep, breathe slowly. Every time you catch yourself, take 3 deep breaths. A count of 5 in, a count of 10 out. A count of 5 in, a count of 10 out. A count of 5 in, 10 out. And then go on with your whatever the heck it is you're doing. You catch yourself again about the breathing, you do the same thing. 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10, 3 times. You're going to have to be the emperor. You're going to have to take charge of your breathing. It's very important. In fact, this is so important, it's critical. 2 of Pentacles is critical. You got a choice. What's more important? You got a choice. It would seem, you take a look at the Pentacles there, that they're both pretty much even, pretty much the same. How do you know? Well, because I'm telling you, during this period we are in now and for at least the rest of the year, breathe. Breathe a lot. Breathe deeply. Breathe consciously. It's going to make a huge difference. And because of that, it will help you kind of focus what's really important in your life. Otherwise, you're just going to get all tangled up. 8 of Swords. This is a gal who is doing thinking, not breathing. She's doing thinking, not feeling. You can tell because she's standing in the little stream. That's emotion. That's feeling. And yet there's nothing holding her there. I mean, take a look at the card. Yeah, okay, so she's got blindfolds, and yes, so she's bound. But the swords aren't stopping her. She could walk away. She could set herself free. She doesn't. And this is the scary part. She chooses not to. How do I know that? Because she could walk away. And when she walked away from the swords, the phony baloney thinking, the lying, when she walked away from that, she could set herself free, get rid of the blindfold and the ropes. But she's choosing not to do that. Not good. Not good. You got to be like the King of Swords. You got to be honest. You got to be straightforward. You have to be just bare bones honest with yourself. Like all of us, we are mostly caught up in our own stuff. And even though we know that our stuff, which largely was not given to us, it was given to us while we were young kids, and it all got programmed in there pretty tightly. But when you get to a point of knowing something, you're now responsible for it. And you know a lot. That means you're responsible for a lot. Do the King of Swords thing. It's absolutely critical, absolutely essential. King of Swords is ethical. He's diplomatic. He's analytical. He stays unbiased. Get to the point. Get to the heart. Help you to do that? Keep breathing. It's really, really, really important. Ten of Pentacles says it's that important. Ten of Pentacles card for me means that you got all your stuff together. You know what's important, you know what's why. You know what you value, you know why. And if you're thinking just money, too bad. That's not the issue. Pentacles are things that you value. And when you get right down to it, and boy, the last couple of years really should have kind of highlighted this to you. Yes, we live in a 3D world, so money is important. But it's a monopoly game run by other people. You're never going to win it. But there are games like respecting yourself, loving yourself, spreading love in the world, being honest, being hopeful, being positive, those kinds of values that you can control. And when you have a box of values or pentacles like that, boy, you got the juju, you got the power. There's no question about it. Oh, you got justice. That's really what you're looking for, right? Give me a break. Give me a fair break. You don't have to give me anything, but give me a chance. Well, for that to happen, you have to give yourself a chance. How do you do that? You keep breathing. You keep centered. Very, very important. Again, here we come up with the Emperor card in a different deck. The message is clear. You are going to have to take responsibility for you. If you give it away to somebody else, you haven't learned a thing. And so nothing's going to change. You're going to be in a very tough position. In fact, the Seven of Swords, it can be stealth or theft or sneaking away. But it could be also you deciding, I'm not going to play the game anymore. The swords stand for information, stand for truth. The 7 swords that you're carrying, minus the 2 on the ground, these are things that you know to be true for you. The ones on the ground are no good. They're mass media driven. They're societally driven. And they haven't served you. They won't ever serve you. That's not the game. The game is not to serve you. You know that by now. So you're going to take the truths that work for you and you're going to leave. And to be able to know where you got to go, you got to deeply breathe. And how you do that? How about meditation? How about intuition? How about just, you meditate? You know, if you could do 10 minutes twice a day, it does wonders for you. Meditation is one of the single most powerful things in the world. Every religion in the world promotes meditation. It does wonderful things for your body. I'm not going to do the health of it, the physiology of it, but it's powerful, powerful, powerful juju. But the only way that you get to meditate, that you get to feel, that you get to intuit what is real for you, is if you breathe. I know it sounds so basically simple, it's almost stupid. But again, stop and think in the course of a day. You ever catch yourself not breathing? I remember when my wife and I were early married. For some reason, this conversation came up. She had an office job. I worked on radio. We both kind of spent a lot of time sitting, and we both noticed, there was a time in the day when I'm not breathing. I'm just, barely. That's not good. It stresses you. So if you want to be able to tune in to what's real in your life, you got to do this. It's real simple, real basic. But it's probably one of the biggest challenges you're going to have to face. But you can do this. Thumbs up for the folks on YouTube. Be back tomorrow with another Tao Manifesting Tarot. I hope you're here with me. If not, between now and the next time you and I have a chance to manifest tarot together, as always, peace and blessings.